Hello. Have you ever been fishing with a little net and a jam jar? Today's story is about a little boy called Tom who loved to go fishing. But Tom's mother never really believed he ever caught anything. But as you will hear and see, she was wrong. Tom liked fishing more than anything else. Every day he went down to the park after school to go fishing, and on Saturday and Sunday, when he took sandwiches, there were men fishing in the stream with wind-up rods. When Tom was 10, he was going to have his own fishing rod. But for the moment, he had a net and a jam jar to carry home his catch of fish. Sometimes he caught wriggling water worms or tangly water weeds. Sometimes he caught crawly water beetles. And once he really did catch a fish. It wasn't a very big fish, but Tom didn't mind. He took it home. At first, his mum couldn't see the fish in the jar. "It can't be very big," she said. "Look, there it is. It's a beauty," said Tom proudly. "I've got it now." "A little tiddler," said his mum. "Well, we've all got to start somewhere. Come on and have your tea." After that, Tom caught lots of fish. But because they couldn't live in a jam jar very long, he very often put them back in the stream. When he got home, he would tell his mum, "I caught a very big fish today, like this. Too big for my jam jar, so I had to put it back." "There now, did you really?" said his mum. "Come on and have your tea." The next day, Tom told her, "I caught an even bigger fish today. Far too big for my jam jar, so I had to put it back." "It'll be a whale next," said his mum. "Come on and have your tea." The next time Tom went fishing, he really did see something big and black in the stream. It wasn't a whale, but it wasn't a fish either. Tom stood staring, and then the big black thing put its head out of the water and honked. Tom knew what it was now. It was a sea lion swimming in his stream. "Well, I couldn't catch you with my net," said Tom, "and I don't think even the men with rods could. But what are you doing in my stream?" The sea lion didn't answer. It clambered out and did a sort of funny gallop along the bank. "I like your whiskers," said Tom. But the sea lion was watching the water and dived in again. "Oh dear, I hope you won't eat all the fish," said Tom. "Save some for me." But the sea lion didn't answer, and Tom went home to tell his mum. "I didn't catch a fish today." "There now," said his mum. "Come on and have your tea." All the fish, said Tom, had been eaten up by a sea lion. "Sure it wasn't a whale?" said his mum, laughing. "No, it was a sea lion. He honked at me like this," said Tom. "Oh, oh, oh, oh." "Never mind. You can't catch a fish, not even a tiddler, every day. You'll do better tomorrow." "Not if the sea lion's there," said Tom. Now give over your stories and have your tea. When his dad came in from work, Tom said, "I've seen a sea lion in the stream." "Go on," said his dad. "You and your stories." And they wouldn't believe Tom. But the next morning, they heard this news on the radio. "A sea lion escaped from Harbour Zoo yesterday while his pool was being cleaned out. It is not a fierce animal and may walk quite a long way to find fish. Please telephone Harbour Zoo or your local police station if you see Gaff, a large bull sea lion." "That's him," shouted Tom. "That's my sea lion." "You mean it's not one of your fishing stories after all?" said his dad. "I told you I saw a sea lion." "Then we'd better tell the police," said Dad. "They'll think I'm having them on." But the police had the message too. Tom's parents rang up the zoo. Later that morning, 2 keepers came and picked up Tom and his dad, and they all went down to the park. There was no sign of Gaff. "Are you sure you saw him here?" asked the keeper. "Yes, I always come here where it's not too deep." "But perhaps he's finished all the fish now," said Tom sadly. "We've brought a few with us, son," said the keeper, "for when we do find him." "If we do," said Tom's dad. But suddenly Tom saw a black head in the water. "He is still here," said Tom. "Then we'll put some fish to tempt him out," said the keeper. At first, Gaff just put his head out and snapped up the fish. Then Tom put some out on the path, and Gaff climbed out of the water. "He doesn't want to go back," said the keeper, "but he'll get more fish back at the zoo." "He could get big fish here," said Tom. "Like you," said his dad. After a long time, the keepers managed to catch Gaff in a net and took him back to the zoo. But first, they thanked Tom for all his help. A few days later, Tom had a present. It was a small fishing rod. There was a card tied to the rod, and written on the card was this message: "For Tom, to help him catch more fish, from Gaff, who likes catching fish too, and with thanks from the keepers at Harbour Zoo." And with his new fishing rod, Tom caught lots of fish, but he never caught anything quite as big as a sea lion. And that's all we have time for today, but I look forward to reading you another story another time. Have a lovely day at school, and until I see you again, goodbye.